It's day 5, and we are not dead. It's nothing. You're alive. That's what matters. Hey, Kim. Sunrise Parabellum. The room. It's clean. Mr. Gart cleaned it. It took him an entire day. How long have I been out? 2 days, in and out. You've been up enough to take Drumnine and curse and drink water. Ouch. It's not ouch time yet. You just got a Drumnine pill in an hour ago. Wait until it wears off. What happened? What happened? You shot the Major in the face in a firefighting suit. Is he dead? Yes. You're a real killer, Harry. A bloodstained killer. I'm a killer. You're an officer of the Elysium. As retaliation, the rifleman tried shooting you. He hit the cuirass. I heard it go off. I was looking for a clear line of sight to him. He sounds a tiny bit sorry he did not find it before you got hit. I shot and wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. It was meant for me. He did not survive. This is not the first person to die in his place. Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo did not make it. They both died before they made it to intensive care. Titus survived. So did Elaine and the musician. I forget his name. Eugene? Yes, he's still alive too. You were bleeding out by then. I think you said something about your wife, and you warned me. I was able to disarm one of them, DePaul, before she got the jump on me. Thank you. And I killed her. And that's what happened. I thought you only smoked one a day. This is the one. So they're all dead. All 3 of the contractors. DePaul was the last to die. Everard had their bodies returned to Krenel for a funeral. The company is yet to retaliate. Why? Because we deterred them, or Joyce did. Maybe the harbor in full lockdown is too costly a target, or maybe they're simply taking their time and will attack soon. I don't know. How many casualties on the Union side total? 3. Glenn, Theo, and Angus, the fat one. He took a lot of bullets. And Theo, he was just too old for combat. And that's all. That's a total shit show, Kim. Yes, officer, 6 people are dead. It is not a success. But what's done is done. The violence is cordoned off. The Hornets did not get into the bee's hive. The worst scenario has not materialized. Yet. And we are still alive. Both of us. He did not expect you to both survive once you stepped between those 2 armies. His smoking, his hunched back. You have it worse, but he took a real beating. That cigarette has a medicinal purpose. Sunrise? Sunrise, Parabellum. Sunrise. Prepare for war. It's an old revolutionary saying. My gun. It's engraved on it. Served you well. Is it war today? The gates of the harbor are boarded up. The streets are a little more empty. Apocalyptic violence is yet to erupt, I'm relieved to say. I think we may have held it off. Barely. Good. Yes, we have also completely failed, but that's okay. How bad am I hurt? Reasonably bad. You were shot in the left quadriceps. That's your thigh. It appears no major arteries were nicked. The bullet was removed and bacterial infection treated with mercurochrome. The bruising in your shoulder is negligible. The armor took the brunt of the fire. Can I walk? We will see. If it's possible, then by pure willpower alone, you are going to become a psycholocomotor. I'm a psycholocomotor. Good. You'll need to be whatever that is. Has anyone from my station been to see me? No. A man and a woman sit in front of the seat of an armored motor carriage. The woman is driving. The man lights a cigarette. Jean Viekmeyer is his name. The asphalt vanishes under the wheels of the machine. Ahead, harbor cranes rise to the sky. Back to the shithole. Isn't that strange? I called your station after the fight. The injury was logged in. They told me they've sent officers to join you on site. You haven't seen any, have you? I'm sure they're worried about you. Are you hurt? Not very. I got a concussion from the woman beating me with the butt of her gun, and I try not to move too much. Things would be worse if you didn't warn me. Thank you. I did not see her coming. Stupid of me. If not my station, then who treated me? I did. I didn't know you could do that. It's part of the detective's task chain. You can do it too. Actually, you can. You can even remove a fractured bullet, it seems. Okay. Easy now. You can take it. Just don't lean on that leg of yours too much. My disco days are over. Your disco days should have been done quite a while back, Lieutenant de Freighter. What happens now, Kim? Honestly, I don't know. Good. Because I do. Do you? Because we can't talk to Everett. The harbor is in lockdown, and Joyce is left too. Joyce is gone? Yes, she left yesterday morning to meet the boards of Wild Pines, or that is what I've heard. There's a pin somewhere in the machine that keeps Krenel from sending in a death squad. Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her end. Either way, Ruby's gone, and Kloss too. We really should have arrested her, you know. But who did it, Kim? Who killed the hanged man? I don't know. I think the theory you presented, it's someone else outside our circle of suspects, was right. It better be. Everyone within the circle is either dead or gone. Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect. The Maybells, Kim. The flowers. On the roof. I didn't... Fucking Butterfingers. Every piece of garbage in the city is not connected to the case. You don't have to catch everything. He's wrong. No, Kim. Every piece of garbage in the city is connected to the case. Okay. Someone was checking her out. I don't know. That's been there for years. The goddamn footprints. Yes, God curse the footprints. Not solving the case for us. All diable. Still 20% chance the shot came from a distance. We should go upstairs. We think the ballistics. See? There's that. You can do ballistics. The old bunkers. Revolutionary era. I can't believe they're fucking useless. Something's creeping around out there. I sense it. Something. The miracle hasn't happened yet. It's not over. You know what I think about? Solving crimes. Solving crimes is hard. It really is very hard. He sounds surprisingly weary. That concussion must have made him dizzy. You're not ready to give up, are you? No. Are you ready to limp? Ready to limp? Where do you want to limp? We should check Mrs. Ketrazine Elisha's room upstairs. Why not? Oh, I can put the gun away. It won't do me any good, especially considering I'm not out of bullets. I shot one, he shot one. The stereo 8 player has been reunited with its right speaker. You see gleaming white enamel. No bottles. Look, the door is open. You can walk right into Kim's room. Ooh. Hey, let me try fixing the broken thing. It's the right thing to do. Nice. I've got one skill point available with another on the way. Actually, let's +1 composure. Trust me, we'll need that composure for later. But let's put our conceptualization duds back on. Very nice. Whoops. And now we can enter Kim's room. The alarm is set for 6:50 a.m. That's why he always wakes up. Medicinal supplies in the cupboard. These papers bear the stamps of the RCM. They appear to be fragments of Lieutenant's paperwork, half finished. You make out notes on this and the other recent cases. I had guard open the door to your room. You were running a low bacterial fever for the first night. Thank you for keeping this thing alive a little longer. It would have been easy were it not for the concussion. We both got lucky. Let's go. Okay. That was my one my one question I had the opportunity to ask. Oh, I can't open his door to leave. I can only open mine. Oh, hey, let's take out the ledger, failure and hatred. Ouch, that like hurts. Maybe if you don't run, it'll be okay. Wouldn't be so sure. Looks like she left something on the table. Next to the stack of bills, you see a note. A few lines jotted down in large, uneven handwriting. I'm so sorry I fucked everyone over. P.S. I didn't kill him. Postscript. Gift upstairs. Gift? Seems she left in a hurry. What could this gift be? Just don't walk into another radio trap, okay? Relax. Not everyone's out to trap you. The room has sad all over it. Reminds you of your own. So you can arrest her. I'm not fond of doing so. But here, a red thread made of nylon. It leads out of the room and onto the roof. She has recreated the trajectory of the shot that killed him. The thread is tied to the antenna. This is ballistics. She's left the trajectory for us. Where's the thread lead? It suggests that the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of possible angles, from a point beyond the roof, B'3, the island in the bay. How did she know how to do this? She was there that night. She would have known precisely where the whole bullet hole was in the glass. She had a long time to think about it after, standing on the roof, staring at the glass. It almost looks like there will be more skill set than we know. Question is, should we trust her? This is her way of saying she's sorry. I find that hard to believe, but at this point, what difference does it make? There were ruins on the islet, a sunken sea fort. I remember. You seem unenthusiastic. I just haven't gotten a lot of sleep. Maybe we need to go over to the island. Kim, let's go to that fucking island. Okay, let's go to the fucking island. Lillian the netpicker, she's tarring her boat. Detective Dubois, I do not want to go to the island. We're going to the island, Kim. We're going to the fucking island. That's weird. That time doesn't seem correct. Oh, hey, guard.
Oh, you're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. Did you like your room? I cleaned it for you.
I did. Thank you. Big improvement. You're welcome. I thought it would be nice for you to wake up in a clean place after you, let's be fair, defended this establishment and its clientele from gunfire. I give credit where credit is due, and that, sir, was a nice shot. I was watching until you hit him. Crawled inside then. Bullets started flying. Anyway, I wish you a quick recovery. Also, you and your partner are staying here free now. This establishment supports cops. The stay is free. The drinks are not. Just felt I needed to specify that. Where'd everyone go? Oh, you know. People don't tend to stick around after shootouts. Turns out they're not good for business. And Lena and Morel still in town? Ah, them. Nice people, but no. Lena said they were going back to Jamrock. I saw them pass by outside. This was before the fight started. I'm glad she got out before all that bullets flying and stuff. People inside were quite terrified, you know. I had to take action and step outside too. Oh, I guess that's for the best. Yes, you know. And I went outside and took care of it. Everybody calmed down. Felt like the right thing to do. He's almost completely forgotten what this began with. We weren't done looking for the phasmid. You'll see her again one day. You know it. What happened to the man with the sunglasses? I don't remember everyone who comes through here. Okay, so I have to mention, when it happened, you were right on the balcony. Yeah, I was. Yeah, that's because I'm a badass. I guess you were pretty... Nod stoically. He nods back at you, even more stoically. Just two badass men nodding stoically. Farewell, Gart. Oop. Smoker has nothing to say. Well, that's weird. Titus is usually down here. And maybe he's outside. Bonjour, ce sera de retour près de toi. The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fight that took place here. It smells of blood and fuel oil. This was Cindy the Skull. Looks like Cindy the Skull finally found the words for her masterpiece. I smell heavy fuel oil and blood. Some of it's yours. Step back, Lieutenant. Disco Elysium! The flames warmed him too, not at all in a bad way. Let's go to the island. Oh, never mind. It's supposed to be sunrise, but it's still the middle of the night. Eh, whatever. The time of day does not matter over much. I don't believe so. I do believe Lily will still be there. And then we can get on the fucking boat! Pawn shop's open 24 hours a day. It would make sense if it's... Oh, then again, she might not be there. If she's not, I'll, you know, try to unfuck this situation, because it's not supposed to be 2 a.m. when this happens. It's strange that you need a cigarette to light it on fire. You could just as easily use your lighter. Because you have a lighter. Like, that's canonical. That's a thing. Let's see if Lillian is here. If she is, great. If she is! Aw, man. I really wanted to talk to Joyce. You need to talk to her about the Pale Unknown in order to be able to make the logic roll for the radio computer. Shit, done fucked it up. Oh well. Lillian, we need your boat.
Officer, what happened? You're limping. Why are you limping? You look terrible.
You're not limping. You're you. Got shot in the foot. It was pretty badass.
Is this from the shooting in town? We heard gunshots. Not that we don't hear gunshots all the time, but they were closer than usual.
There was an exchange of fire on Rue de Saint-Guylaine. It's nothing to be worried about.
You should see the other guys. 2 of them were dead and one's in the hospital.
So you're a killer. That's good, I guess. I guess. Better than being dead.
I was a killer before this happened.
I've always taken you for one. That's for sure. Not a lot of RCM men who aren't killers. Of course. Can I help you with something?
Oh, I can still suggest the date. We need to get to the island. That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tar just dried. We got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead. Can we borrow your boat? If you promise to bring it back and no scrape in the hull. I just got it nice and yellow and no drinking on the boat. No joyriding either. Of course, man. What if I want to rock? See, that makes me want to lend you my skiff. On a boat, rocking leads to capsizing. That there is an absolutely 100% rock-free skiff. You got that? What's on the island? I saw some kind of ruins out there. Used to be some kind of fortification there before the war for the communards. An anti-aircraft gun, I think. Bombed to bits in the landing. Hasn't been there herself. Who has been there? My husband used to drink there. Him and his drinking buddies. Always seemed like a bad place to drink to me. People died there during the landing. You know, my mother told me. Kids sometimes go there too. I know they do, on rafts. I tell them not to, but they bring back old bullet casings and such. The twins. God forbid they bring the girl along in some rickety barge. Be my guest. What's my electrochemistry? Pretty good, not high enough. Oh, never mind. It's 2 a.m. Kids are a no-go. Alright, let's adjust some of my equipment a little. Oh, the oversized superstar sunglasses give savoir-faire. Interesting. Yeah, we'll need the composure. Trust me, we're gonna need things. What else gives me an electrochemistry bonus? Oh, the genes. Yeah, give me the genes. Yeah, I don't need the reaction speed too well. I can wear the armor. Pain threshold, volition. I don't need the penalty to empathy though. That's no good. Let's say. And tie's good. Right, yes, I've got the hobo gloves. Nice. And that'll do, I think. Let's wear the empathy shoes. I don't need the reaction speed or the hand-eye coordination. And then again, maybe I do. All right, we're good. Or can I just use the boat? I can use the boat! Sorry, twins. They'll tell you about a guy who makes fires on the island. That's all. Once you get in, that's it. One pull of the starter handle and you're off into the bay. Close all your accounts. Remember what the nitpicker said, it's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth. You take the engine, Kim. I'll hold the boombox. What? What? How else are we gonna blast Sad FM on the way to the island? Fine, let's blast Sad FM then. Sad FM is a radio station specializing in sad slow rock songs. You seem to know its frequency by heart. Get in and ride to the island. There is no skip. We will be riding all the way to the island.
Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever. Eternally. Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever. Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever. Want to be free. Eternally.
In the silence, a sputter of wings, a flock of quails takes off in the distance. There's very little wind here today. The ghost is standing still. You look at your arms on the cliffs above you. Let's go. So, yeah, as you can hear, all of the pieces of music we've heard so far that have been disconnected fit into a single song. First, the chain trails off into the ocean. This leads to the depot in Land's End. What do you think it was used for? Bringing munitions to the island, maybe? You can also lock the bay when you raise the chain. As a defensive measure, locking off that side of the bay. Oh, fair enough. These stairs feel ancient. Soldiers' feet ran up them a long time ago. There's a lingering trace of mazout in the air. Some fuel is leaked out of the barrel, black and viscous. Attention! Inflammable! Flammable. The dry grass crackles under your feet as you stop. Faraway birds' wings touch the still surface of the sea. The flock of quail departs, now more than 100 meters away. 102, 105. On the islet, there's almost no wind, just the light movement of the air through the reeds. Bulrushes swaying in the waterline, long dried leaves chafing against each other. Like a silent orchestra, tuning on the beginning of some major work. Of great importance to the few who attend. Kim, yes? This is where a lesser man would stop to think about the pain shooting up his right leg and into his groin, not you. It's really fucking silent on this island. Warm air from inside the building. It's warmer there than out here. This barrel says ICM. You see a star with little specks on it. ICM. Insular Indian Citizens Militia. The Black and White Army of the Revolution. Sounds an awful like RCM. The RCM may descend from the ICM. It's impossible to say. It was chaos after the war. The name was good for getting people to join us. Rivershell. West was mostly workers and criminals. What I'm hearing is we descend from the glorious Revolutionary Army. There were all sorts of groups and groupuscules. Doesn't really matter. A white star. No, an upside down star. Looks old. What's it still doing here? For 44 years, it's not nearly enough to hide what happened here, Lieutenant Fraser. We recognize this little perch from the coin-operated viewer. No way to get up there. Those stairs have been blasted to pieces. This was once an armored rest. Twin cannons were attached here. Medium distance, large caliber. What type of generator is this? Liquid carbon. Books, mostly fantastique and historical fiction. Dishes stained with sauce and fire. A survivor's kitchen. You see candles planted on a broken rangefinder. Reading materials. Magazine cathodique. Does anything stand out as unusual? Are you kidding me? Nothing? Nothing out of the ordinary? Are you kidding? Okay. Moth-bitten bedsheet keeps the wind out. FALN arrower shirt. Hey! One of the last pieces of the FALN gear. And army surplus winter scarf. +2 empathy, -1 composure. Ooh, some magnesium. And more magnesium. The great blast door must weigh over 10 tons. How do we open this? Maybe this is one of the doors we don't open? No, this isn't one more door. We're opening it. Alright, I retract my statement. One more door. Careful, these stairs have collapsed. Emergency open. Nothing. So we gotta find fuel for the generator. We can get some. Not from the boat engine. I think there was some out there before. Hatches jammed shut. Water below. Oh, there's something under this stair. More magnesium. Someone is keeping themselves well stocked. The firing slit. You can't see inside. Must have been taking a direct hit to take out such a huge chunk. The distant sound of cargo ships, signal horns echo on the water. Anything out here? Nope. Anything over here? Ooh, little fireflies. The winch is broken. Rust is eating what remains of the chain. A strange feeling looking at the water. Maybe you should just wander off into the sea, leave it all, and walk in with a bottle in your hand. Why? Perhaps there's something there, under the water, waiting for you, where it has always been. In front of the video rental on this corner, smelling of tutti frutti and betrayal. Baby, you know it's gonna hurt. Yes, cold and still, but love is warm, like the inside of her mouth. No, 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 no. Yes, 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 yes. No, no, we're not starting with that. Not now. Not this time. This thought is over. Ugh. There is something very wrong with us. But we knew this. Pain in your pelvis makes you wince. Then you continue. The inside of the fortress. You can make out the console and the blast doors from up here. Oh, here's the fuel canister. Newly stocked Vidromi. Single person mattress, modern civilian use. Brand name, Marjorie. Timomutri, like the ones on Land's End. I may have been wrong when I said it was unimportant. There's a firing slit in the wall in front of you, like a little window. Look through the hole in the concrete. The springs screech as you lean on the mattress and crane your neck to look out. Trepidation. A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the squares in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting 1 kilometer across the water. On the left, towering skyscraper. Its top floor is shaved off by artillery fire. Cape Side Apartments, 33A and 33B. On the right, the red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the Whirling in Rags. Rue de Saint-Gilles Lane 10, the doomed commercial area. In between them, the box-shaped silhouette of the Whirling in Rags. Motherfucker. What does this mean? Do you have a line of sight on the window? Came with a pair of binoculars, I'd be able to see inside the room. Whenever you wanted. Like your own little dollhouse. A pair of binoculars? With a scope of a rifle. You'd be prone, lying on the mattress, barrel resting on the embrasure. I think we have it. The origin of the shot. This is a sniper's nest. Better late than never. Nothing pointed here. Many leads pointed elsewhere. 6 people are dead. Don't beat yourself up, officer. We did not put guns in their hands or get them drunk. Could the shooter still be here? On the island. We should move. No. Yoink! You feel eyes on your back. Someone's watching you, but you can't say from where. Oh, we are not alone. Oh, no. Hold on. Let me put my armor back on. Seriously, getting that cure ace is very helpful. I'm pretty sure no matter what happens, you get taken out in that fight. But knowing this game, there's a chance that if you like play your cards right and get all the armor, like he shoots you in the chest and you're like, haha, nice try. And then he shoots you in the leg, and if you stole the greaves, you'd be like, ah, nice try again. Pull the rope. All right. We activate the console, and then we, console, and then we take a nap. Why are we napping? It's nap time. I've been running around for 2 hours. I just got shot 2 days ago. Jeez. Open. Light? Hey, cool. Damn. Oh, interesting. There's different dialogue because it's dark out. Or there's a different description. It's not dialogue. You know what I mean. Christ. No, it's more than that. There's something out there. Waiting. I'm scared. Don't be. I have a gun. When we left walking across the sand, I felt someone was watching me. I also have a gun. I know. It was not easy to acquire. If you have a high enough inland empire, you don't need the gun. Your tie will offer you a brilliant alternative plan. Do you think whoever slept here is... Maybe I just need a nap. Curl up with your knees close to your chest. Kim? Lieutenant's no longer here. Go outside to the beach. The door is back, like you never opened it. I don't know what happens if you haven't opened the door first, but I wanted to show that off. For some dumb reason, I was like, I'll open the door and then I'll take a nap. You know? Perfect time to get fucking assassinated. Go down the chain. There's something there. Now do it. Walk into the water. You see her footprints on the water. Dolores Day, the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state turns around to face you. She has an airship bag in her hand. She seems to be in a hurry. Off to advise the Queen of Chefs, most likely. This is the Holy Suzerain of Mundi in Insolent. Definitely not your wife. You need to talk to her. Think of the historical knowledge you could glean. I don't know, man. What is the Holy Suzerain doing here? Something seems off. Very off. Just let her go. Listen to me for once. Hey.
Hey,
How are you doing?
I'm doing really good actually. Both professionally and romantically. I've come to a fulfilling and peaceful period in my life. How are you doing, Harry?
I'm not doing very well.
Don't say that. I know this positive thing sounds stupid to you, Harry, but it works. We all have an obligation to be happy. You too. And you will be. Now,
This is everything I have always warned you about. Something's off.
I'm sorry. I was heading to the aerodrome. I just don't have time to.
She means she doesn't have time to tend to your emotions. You don't have time to tend to my emotions. That sigh says so much. Where are you going?
I'm going to Morova. To live there. In Grad. It's 1 million kilometers away, Harry. Might as well be another lifetime.
What's in the bag?
Just my scepter. My globe crucigere. A spare silk gown. A toothbrush. Travel documents. The crown of immortality.
Aren't you already wearing one?
Oh, this is just a wreath. The crown of immortality is made of rarefied light, mana and raw palladium. It was passed on to me by the rulers of late antiquity.
Silence. Her nuptial gown flows in the mind, wraps around her
Anyway.
holy body. Your skin is holy and soft.
No, Harry. It's just regular skin. I'm not as beautiful as you always thought I was. Let's not get into.
Yes, that's not. I'm sorry I said
It's
that.
okay.
Can you stay for a moment? One
No,
massive
Harry.
epic showdown?
No. I don't want a massive epic showdown. I want to go to the aerodrome. I have tickets for the 10:20 flight to Morova. Really, we don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played out. The atoms don't form us anymore. Us, our love, our unborn daughters. It's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Revachol and you. And you have to be alone. In hell. Forever. That's just the way it is.
Oh god, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her. Yet. Not after that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over if you try now. I bought you this figurine of the headless FALN rider. I don't want it. It looks expensive. I thought you liked figurines. I thought the figurines were for getting you back. That's not what the figurines do, Harry. But then the figurines don't do anything. She looks at the headless FALN rider between your fingers and doesn't know what to say. What about dice? I had some custom dice made in the Doom commercial area. Harry, I don't want things. I want to go to the aerodrome. Okay. I won't give you things then. I didn't ask for things. It's too late to give me anything. I would have liked the headless FALN rider back then. But you said I have a vast soul and you will always come back for it. We both said a lot of things. We were very young. It was her. I can feel it. I can see it in her tender, long fingers and her wrists. Her hand wrote it. She said those things. You wrote it in a letter, a handwritten letter I keep in my paperwork. As Queen Regnant, I write a lot of letters. You need to recite it to her for effect. All of it, no summaries. Yeah, put a stake through your heart. She'll get hurt too. Collateral damage. She won't get hurt. She'll bend out of the way. Recite. Please, Harry. Find this little piece of sadness in me. Every step I take, it grows, until by the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me completely. I step back on the light rail and look back. Something, something, bow collector. I know it will be like this until I walk back to you. There's more. Kisses, kisses, kisses. I wrote it. It was morning. You slept. There was hoarfrost on the ground when I left on Voyager Road. It was autumn, the first autumn. But Harry, please understand, it was 1,000,000 years ago. It was 100 million years ago. I was someone else then, filled to the brim with love for you, hanging on your every word. Oh, Harry, you were the coolest. But I'm no longer that person. This, it will devour you. Harry, I will eat your mind. I was cool. The coolest. With your leather jacket and your bootcut pants, smoking in the bus stop, I wanted you to be the rest of my life that day. And you were, some of it, at least. You were my first kiss, my first time to have sex. The first and worst time I fell in love. I will always have that with me. It's a fact. But that is all it is. It's like a ticket stub, Harry. It doesn't do anything anymore. Ticket stub? Yes, let's talk about that too. Let's bring it up. The zoo in Les Jardins. The day we went east of the river to the aquarium first, I was sad about my mother. I don't even know why. The shimmer of the fish, tank on my face, and the octopuses. It was just a day then, but to think. Were we there? You could touch my hair, kiss me, talk to me about anything, go virtually anywhere in the world, not like now. Now our interactions are limited to pain and regret. There was a bow collector. 42. That is the light rail that took me to Coron to school and work every morning. It's the same stop I met you in, Harry. 100,000 million years ago. No human being should still remember the positions of atoms such aeons ago. It must feel unnaturally sad. A sadness so ancient it is shared even by archaeobacteria. Can't you turn back to the person you were? And my crown of immortality? No, you scared her out of me. With your crying and the awful time we wound up having and the cheap rental flats you could afford. Can't you see? I can never think you're cool again. I can only think that way about new people. Cheap flats. So the rich man took you away. Yes, I found someone for whom I can feel the same. A copy of my love for you. Only this time he is careful and rich. He will not lose me, and it will go somewhere. It will grow. Harry, do you notice how none of this is very funny? Yes, you're the least funny part about me. I hate being that. I don't want to be anything for you. I hope the decades it takes for you to get over me had already passed. What now? What happens next? Is there really anything left? If not, we can always repeat one of the things we already talked about. Talk about it again. If you do not feel like doing that, you should let me go to the aerodrome. But that's not a very good way for things to be. It's not, but what? Tell me there's something good. I don't know why I said that. There is no but. That's it? That's it, yes. We've talked about it a million times. You will get over it, just like I did. People do. Things will get good for you again. Where? In hell? Stop, you're only making it worse for him. You never help him with anything. Maybe. I think I've reached the end of the investigation. See? It just takes some time. For you, I think it will take something like 20 years, maybe. It was hard for me, too. I used to think I couldn't live without you. But I can. She keeps her shoulders squared and her back straight, but it's clear you're still making her sad. Your innocence, Dolores Day. I'm sorry I made you sad. It's okay. 20 years. Yes, it only took me 1 year, maybe 2. Whew. So you felt that way, that you couldn't live without me? Yes, but that time is gone now, so very gone. Okay then. It doesn't have to be like this. Maybe we could try again. No, Harry, we can't. Why? We already tried again, and it didn't work. Is that how it is now? We should just try all good things twice and then give up. Well, by that logic, not you too. Okay, I won't ask anymore. She does not seem relieved at all. I get the feeling you're not really Dolores Day. I don't know what you mean, Dolores Day. You're the X something. Wasn't I Dolores Day just a second ago? Now I'm the X something. You're confusing me. I haven't even bought the tickets yet. We all told you. Everyone warned you. Who? Everyone?
Everyone.
Fair enough, ancient reptilian brain.
Literally all of you.
I mean, I'm glad we're having this conversation. I feel like I'm getting closure. I'm glad too, but I have to go. Cool, your friends. Say hi to them for me. I will. 1,000 times you beaten animal. 1,000 times you've raised that fabric. What's underneath has always calmed you, centered you, made you sane. In your mind, you could only climb inside her bed. Still the only man. You're the morning. The morning? I don't understand. No, mourning. I'm grieving. But you're not dead. Oh my god, Harry, stop. I don't want to hear anything about the morning. Mourning someone who's still alive? I can't do that anymore. I'm not 80 years old. I'm 32. People my age are not supposed to mourn. This is a bit much for me. Feels like your ribs are cracking around the heart. Yes, Harry. Things have gotten much better for me, now that I'm the ruler of the known world. Oh god, it's already so late. Kiss her. With your feet trembling from the steps you take, tepid and fearful, you stand against her, her body close to you, radiating warmth. With your eyes closed, you move your lips on her mouth. She is not kissing you back. But I succeeded. This was not about failure or success. This was always going to be horror. I should not have suggested it, and you should not have listened to me. You're not kissing me back. Trying hard not to look at you. When she withdrew and you held onto her hand, she tried not to look at your face. Brother, you should have put me in front of a firing squad. I have no words for how I failed you. You're the one with the apricotted chewing gum. No, I'm just Dora. That's it then. No, Harry, not yet. There's one more thing you have to see. I'm pregnant. Is it mine? Of course not. I terminated yours. Don't you remember, you poor fuck? Poverty-stricken fuck. Now go ahead. Ask me more questions. You're not even human. I'm actually very ordinary, Harry. Below this gown and wreath, I have an ordinary soul and ordinary thoughts. The only thing inhuman about me is this. This thing you've made me into. I'm sorry for saying so, but I just hate it. What is this? This is so far gone, Harry. I don't even... No. You had glowing lungs. My lungs do not glow, Harry. I am just like all the others. None of us have glowing lungs. Stop making me into some kind of... I will build you a temple of light. An immortal temple of light? That sounds nice. I do want someone to do that for me. Who wouldn't? But not you. I don't want anything from you. I have to, Harry. Really, I've already missed the 8:30. I'm gonna go now. Lie, sire. She cannot but love you. She has said so 100 times. Okay. I understand. No, you don't. You're just being a martyr, and I'm really going now. I must be on the 10:20 flight. Will we ever see again? I won't see you, but you will see me. Oh, Harry, this is a dream, can't you see? I'm already in Morova by now. Who knows how long ago this happened? A year, 2, 5 years ago? How will I see you again, then? Right here. Tomorrow night. Once this dream starts happening, it will keep happening. 3 times a week at least. And Harry, it really, really looks like it started happening again. This is a video rental. I'm suffocatingly beautiful and young, and I smell of tutti frutti chewing gum, like I did that time when I asked you for forgiveness, after leaving you the first time so long ago. But this is so intolerably bad. Oh yes, this is real darkness. It's not death or war or child molestation. Real darkness has love for a face. The first death is in the heart, Harry. I'll see you tomorrow. Well, now we understand what we were trying to forget. All we can do is have this dream until eventually we move on. But come now. We've got a case to close. How was your sleep? Let's solve this fucking case. Are you sure you're okay? You thrashed around, then you bolted up, half covered in blood from your wound. Alright, Kim, it was total annihilation. Ex-wife dream. He's still worried. Alright, this is my last chance to plug in some points. Walk slow. It might be dangerous. get this bastard. Was ist das? A rubbery dinghy. It's deflated, broken. Small white flowers blossom all around you. The bellflowers. Hello there. The deserter. An old man wearing tracksuit trousers leans on the frame stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth, then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. He raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours. Unclouded by cataracts, his eyesight is sharp. He's practically tearing up from spite. Hatred got the best of him a long time ago. This man hates everything. Nice gun you got there.
It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. Gets the job done.
What make a rifle is that exactly?
It's a Dragon 446.
A Sumerian rifle? How did you get hold of one?
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Xinyao commune. Military aid.
Xinyao commune?
You heard me. It's good now. That chalk wiped from the board.
You've retained your eyesight.
My eyesight, yes. Helps me see all this shit.
A shudder of disgust passes his left side. His right side remains motionless. Did you close the blast door?
I did. And you opened it. How?
Fueled the generator. Used the console.
I should have burned that console down.
How'd you know I was coming?
Reactionary rock and roll music playing on the water.
Oh, shit.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
The fascists were right about rock and roll. It is degenerate, hip-gyrating mental illness music.
Jesus Christ. Sarah, I need you to put that gun down so we can talk further. We're with the police.
You're a glorified night watchman. This is a service rifle. I can only lay it down for an enemy commander of corresponding rank. Big-time operator of the bitter-assed army. How about I keep it, huh? Hand it over to a real killer. A briscade.
Put it down now, sir.
Or you're going to blow my brains out before you question me. To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway. It's out of bullets.
Like an amputated limb in the sand. Oh man, there's one more thing. Ah man, fucking game wigging out and having it be 3 a.m. for some fucking reason. If you talk to, I should have taken a nap on the bench. Anyway, if you talk to Garçon, he tells you that Renee died in the night. Just heart attack, you know? Dude's dead. If you let the deserter know that piece of information, there is an effect. What did you say?
The future teaches you to be alone.
The present.
The present to be afraid and cold.
Those words. Real music. Real Polet-Cult. That's La Revacholier, not your rock and roll misanthropy. Chanson de soldat of the black and whites. Understood. You don't understand anything. The rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed into the forearm made of walnut. On the butt you see Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood, Triangong 446, made in Xinhao. It's as he said. Uses jacketed ammunition. Jacketed military-grade ammunition. Stable in flight, good for hitting something that's very, very far away. This looks very much like the murder weapon. It can be used against him to get a confession in time. Who are you? My name is Eosin Lilianovich Dros, political commissar of the 114 Anti-Aircraft Division of the 4th Army of the Commune of Revachol. I'm a deserter, a partisan and a prisoner of war. This is my termless surrender. The Commune of Evershall. Do you mean the ICM? You're a holdover from the Insulindian Citizens Militia, the Army of the Revolution. I was recruited in Jamrock in 07, trained in the École de Contrôle Aérien, and consigned to emergency defense duties in 08. I left my unit on the eve of the landing, and when I returned here on May 14th, the Commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties. 51 minus 8 is 43. You've been on this island for 43 years? No. I've been on other islands too. I was on Resurrection until they turned into a spa, not 18. Then I was on E48, E48, a nameless sound until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here 22 years ago. You said you deserted your unit. I was just 16 years old, 15 when I was volunteered. I had a lapse of faith and courage too. Understood? Well done. I won't explain it to a minion of capital. How have you survived? How does anyone survive? I steal. Now hold on there. What do you steal? Supplies? Vegetables? I collect rainwater. It's the life of a dog, not a human being. How's your health, Mr. Dross? I've been throwing up blood since winter. Red like beetroot. Been passing it in stool, too. He does seem frail, gaunt for his age, more like 75 than 65. Trouble putting on weight could mean cancer. The RCM can provide medical services. You need to be looked over. I need to die. You don't have medical facilities, you have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns. You also have Dramine. We have Dramine, another opioid-based painkillers. You must be in pain. I've been running out of that stuff. There's no way he could manage the pain without them. It's safe to say he's addicted to painkillers by now. How have you coped mentally? I haven't. I have holes in my brain. Years missing. Others filled with pain and a decade of... I don't even know what inferno. I also have holes in my brain. No wonder. All your minds are rotted from the radio waves. I watched the traitors of this city turn the lights back on. More and more each year. Ruins glittering in the dark like a fucking merry-go-round. It's disgusting. How have you concealed yourself? It was hard in the 10s. I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for stragglers, those bloodhounds. Floodlights on the water at night. There were posters, campaigns. We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated Martinez and Coal City were turned to dust, but Jamrock, Faubourg, and even Couronne, Boogie Street, of course. Those fucking kips had Mazov coursing through their veins. And others, too. Some cordons of Evershall were still fighting. I tried to contact them, and soon they all went silent. Their frequencies went dead. How'd you get between here and the mainland? At night? I used a little dinghy. I only went after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed on the ground. Patrols, you lot, the commons too, they'd start snitching. In the city, you move underground, from bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted to. I just... The weapons under Cassandras Lane 22B. So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Damage beyond use. I know. So you've been there? Sleeping. Some nights ammo scrounging on others. Those Margraves were shit even before they corroded. Some had bullets in the chambers, however. You feel the dots connecting, little dots on the map. It's a small bunker in the Feld building. You stayed there? The propaganda bunker? I used to, but not anymore. Propaganda bunker. They stored leaflets there, broadcasting equipment too, made broadcasts, I think. Propaganda officers. I buried them with their leaflets. They killed themselves, 2 young boys. A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there, never liked it, kept thinking of them. No need to go underground anymore. It's better than the ruins on the ground. You smoke Timiachi cigarettes? I do. Ever smoked them on the mainland? They're good. Plenty of tar. I like that boy in the pack too. Reminds me of last century. You said this is your termless surrender. You're with the RCM, the coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in the Revershall. I know what it looks like, but I have secret plans to turn the RCM into a Mazovian revolutionary unit. Rock and roll posturing. You are the RCM. You represent the Moralist International, the enemies of humanity who took this city. I represent their adversary, Le Parti Communiste Silent. Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I've relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of duty. You bulldoze them all to a mass grave for trying to free humanity. And before that, tell me. So you're a communist soldier from the communist army? No, I'm not a soldier. I'm an ideological officer. I belong to the party, not the army. Understood. Like you belong to the Moralist Party. So you hid here for 43 years. 43 years and 10 months. That's the length of my entire life. It's too long. It's not how a human being should live. But I couldn't just forget what I saw. You couldn't give up. But you can now. What have you been doing all this time? Hiding, fishing, waiting. Always waiting. For what? For her to return. Her who? Girl, child, revolution. Always. I'm afraid she's gone. The material base for an uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind in themselves. What is this place, this island? It's not an island, droid. It's a defensive fortification of the commune of Rivashal, and I am its last surviving defender. Understood. What have you been using this gun for? I've used it for killing people. Here we go. Killing people? It's a gun. That's what they're for. You want a moralist euphemism? Defending your family and your property? I haven't done that. I used it to kill people. Interesting. Destroying or after the war? There is no after the war. Class war is never over. So he's continued killing after the hostilities ended. Go in straight. No euphemisms. He doesn't like those. No, be careful, man. Slow and steady. Make him repeat it first. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal. I know, you want to tell me. Have you killed anyone with that gun in the last week or two? I don't want to tell you anything, you grotesque murderer. And why did you think that was a good idea? Don't listen to me. I'm wrong all the time. Yeah, fair enough suggestion. So you're saying you killed people after active fighting stopped. What did I just say? What did I just tell you? Don't drop the ball now. To use that gun to shoot and kill Colonel the security contract Crenell? The who now? He heard you. He just wants to hear you say it again. This is a dramatic flair in his part. Right choice. We're in. Do it, sire. The corpse in ceramic armor hanging behind the whirling in rags. Did you shoot him? Oh yes, that one. Ugly piece of work, that boy. Did you kill him? I am a son of a welder, an officer of the commune of Rivashal. I do not collaborate with murderers and pederasts of the liberal regime. Tear it, or pile it on him. Everything you got on him. The more the better. Scent of blood in the air. But what else? There was something you can't remember. Something about the tracks? Suddenly all those tracks are confusing. We've done the ballistics. The shot came from this island. I saw you poking around there, looking for evidence. You're damn diligent when it comes to dead fascists. Did you like the view? You had direct visibility. There are embrasures in the concrete specifically meant for top follow use. And you had a long-range rifle in your possession. You've been here a long time, Mr. Dross. Too long. You clearly need medical aid. I'm ready to die. I've done my part. He's practically admitting it to it. Dead fascist for fascist. Done his part. You said fascist. You're admitting you killed him? You are sad for your fascia brother, aren't you? One twig got broken and now the other is sad. I don't need your cooperation. I got the weapon. Not a lot of guns on you. Use military-grade ammunition. It's a real gun, not like your little musketeer pistols. I've seen you prance around with those jumping hoops for the liberals. You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons? Going against automatic rifles with those toy guns. Of course you got those boys killed. Oh, he saw you. He watched it happen. Would have had a good view. So he saw you, okay? So what? Don't let it divert you. Stop changing the subject. We have a murder weapon. You know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made their shot. Should we call it? I'm calling it. We got the murder weapon. This feels good, doesn't it? Tying things up like this. When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer. Murder. What am I forgetting? Wait, here it is. Goddamn Maybells. Oh, yes. There were Maybells. Somewhere else. Wait, don't forget the footprints. Thank you, Head. Thank you. You got it. Remember the boot prints were not like the modern soul. What brand of boots are you wearing? Everything is brands with you individualists. Who cares what brand my shoes are? Sansa's some shit. Show me the soles, please, Mr. Joss. Fucking imbecile. Size 43. These are not the unusual horizontal pattern soles you saw in the dust on the floor of the hidden room. They do, however, seem to be about the same size. The size fits, but not the sole. Maybe it's simpler than that. Sire, he doesn't have to be wearing them right now. People change shoes. Doesn't mean you weren't there near the room the victim died in, sneaking around. Racking those brains, are you? Desperate to report something back to your masters. They must have really loved that dead fuck. The prints were his. You can see it in those eyes. You can't keep them from flickering, looking for something. The old man stares at his own prints in the asher of the fire, silent suddenly. You've almost got him. Just push a little bit more. Alright, let me back off for a moment. We've done the ballistics. Let me try to go over it again. The view is perfect with a pair of binoculars. You can see right in, because it's a sniper's nest, you stupid fuck. Leave no stone unturned. Let me try the ballistics again. It's the best uninterrupted line of sight into that window in all of Martinez. Oh, fuck. Got the murder weapon. Saved a lot of them. You didn't handle anything. Okay. You almost got it. I appear to... Oh, I need the bells. I need the fucking flowers. If I had the flower, I'd be able to do it. Oh, shit. Oh, well. That's his body language. Yes! Wait. Again! Fuck you! Josef Lilavanic, you're under arrest for the murder of Ellis Kortenauer. Is what you plan to say before you get him to pass you're under. Officer, are we sure? We could maybe get more. We've been thorough enough. What? But you said I would be taken to the... Your wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You'll be given legal counsel within 1 week and must face court in 44 days. Do you understand? Do you understand? Do you understand, sir? No, I don't want to. I have to stay here. He's sweating. Pupils are dilated too. Eyes getting blacker and blacker. Wait a minute. Shit. Is it a room for 3? What is this farce? This is a fucking farce. I can't... Maybe I could just ask that net picker to watch him. This is no harmless old man. This fucking world, what is this? No, listen now. Maybe you're right, okay? This world, what are you talking about? Is this us? The Insulindian Phasmid. A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb, to then just stand there, moving its scythe-like arms in ghostly silence. What? What is that? What are you talking about? The giant stick insect. There's nothing there. The stick insect is over 3 meters tall. It looks straight at you with its tiny pinprick eyes and its grotesquely small head. You feel your legs shaking under you. There is! I see it! Tell me what you see, damn it. I can't make out one small thing in the reeds. Kim, can you see it? I can see it. 4 simple words. Thank God. If he can see it, you're not insane. But that means it's really there. Spinning slowly in absolute silence, its limbs long and slender. Be very, very careful.
Yes?
Nope. The creature stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from its head like a woman's hair, white and curled at the tips. It is no more than 5 steps away from you. Hey! The miracle, way out west. Laid the pheromone on thick! Yeah, if you haven't laid on the pheromone, the electrochemistry roll is 20! This is the Insulindian Phasmid. The flash is loud, it won't like that.
We need a photo. No one will believe us.
Stop, now.
I won't be one of those fools who didn't take a picture.
Just listen to me.
Okay.
Approach it carefully. Slowly, with your breath held, you take 2 steps towards the phasmid. The creature lets out a series of ultrasonic clicks that swim around your head like swallows. Like laughter, a sort of happiness. Sweat drips from your brow, soaking your chest. You reek of it, your chemicals. Hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antenna to greet you. You're right below it. Looking at the colossal chitin of its white limbs, the head of the creature is crowned by reeds and its eyes are like small droplets of water. The insect stops its stridulation, seeming to observe you. Below its crown of reeds, little pinprick eyes detect motion, glittering. The world stands still. Suddenly there is silence. No. Stop. Be afraid. As you do, the invertebrate comes to life, its limbs moving independent of each other, as if each has a mind of its own, their white-legged stalks of porcelain knitting above you. Praying to you. Don't pray to me, I'm nothing. The reed creature does not stop its stridulations. It towers above you, parting the reeds it emerged from. Tuft-like structures still rustle on its joints. Perhaps it is preparing to eat its god. Hello, I'm Harry. I don't really know who I am. No reply. A total ancient silence comes from its mouth, along with what appears to be some kind of foam. Stand on your tiptoes and look more closely. You are right, little bubbles from the mouthparts of the creature on its segmented lower lip. It looks to be foaming slowly. Kim, it's foaming. Careful. The foam slowly turns a darker shade like burnt caramel as the insect moves its mouthparts masticating. The little bubbles begin to burst one by one, letting out the same smell like summer burning. Tell me, what are you doing? I exist. I exist too. Tell me what it's like for you. I'm ill. What is it, your illness? In my heart, for me it's sadness. Input after input. For me it is not like that. I have states, not emotions. For example, I experience excitement and unexpected sugar rewards, but that's not important. Now I will tell you how it is for me. For me it is a series of half-lit images, a kind of darkness, being intruded upon, transient, dim, moist. Intruded upon by what? Shapes of plants and animals, and internal sensations. A swarm of sounds, tiny vibrations on the inside of my forearms, all speak of complexities totally beyond my understanding. I am at the end of a narrow funnel, weightless, so light it only feels like something to me. In truth, perhaps I'm nothing. I certainly do not have a soul, and if I did, it would never ache. I'm glad to be me, an incredibly sensitive instrument. Few of us can begin to imagine the horror of you, with all of creation reflected in your forebrain. It must be like the highest of hells, a kaleidoscope of fire and writhing glass, eternal damnation. Even when you're sleeping, and when you wake, you carry it around on your neck, with eyes open that cannot help but swallow more behind the mirror. I feel great, mute empathy for you. It was disorienting at first, but I'm keeping my shit together. That must be incredibly hard. The anthropods are in silent and meaningless awe of you. Know that we are watching. When you're tired, when the vision spins out of control, the insects will be looking on, rooting for you. And when you fall, we will come to you. raise you up, bud from you, banner-like, blossom from you, and carry you apart in a sky funeral in honor of your passing, but not me, because I am just a leaf eater. In honor of your will, Lieutenant Fraser, that you kept from falling apart in the face of sheer terror, day after day, second by second. Detective. Arriving. I'm a detective. So am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and assemble chemicals. What were you born to detect? I was born to detect you. Yes, no one detected me for such a long, long time. For thousands of years I dithered out of sight, drapered myself in greenery. This is my masterpiece. No one believed I exist. Almost no one. Until you came, detective, dripping of blood that smells like strawberries across the calm sea. In the first in 1,000 years. What is happening? Oh. No, you're awake. I am real. Light is forming me, and this is real. Where did this come from? All this around us, the world. Not even the birds know that. Not even the water lilies. Then, all we can do is beat our fists against it, with no answer. You can also eat it. If it's a leaf, you can put it in your mouth, or a reed. What exactly are you? I am an unknown species of the order Phasmodea, endemic to the insular Indian Isola. For the last 350 years I have hidden in plain sight, masquerading as the reeds, molding, cloning myself, unfolding at night to play with trash bins and buoys. It may have unknown, dangerous biochemical characteristics that help it maintain its camouflage. I went unnoticed by the first settlers and the land surveyors of the suzerain, also by the soldiers of the Revolution, and the officials of the occupation. Even the Seminoese Islanders, who came here first but did not stay, have not seen me. I have stayed hidden through 4 forms of government and 2 scientific revolutions, until I was accidentally discovered by a detective of the Citizens Militia in Revachol, District Martinez, March of 51. Are you poisonous? Yes. I do not have a startled display, so I use a neurodegenerative alimone to aid in camouflage. But do not worry, it's only destructive over long periods of time. The deserter, he's been here for a long time, and that's why he's getting so fucked up. Are you a miracle? No, you are the miracle. It was you, coming from the west, from the whirling, you were coming. The moral of our encounter is I am relatively median life form, while you are extreme, all-engulfing madness. A volatile simian nervous system ominously new to the planet. The Pale, too, came with you. No one remembers it before you. The Canardians do. The radially symmetrics do not. There is an almost unanimous agreement between the birds and plants that you're going to destroy us all. What is the Pale? It's a nervous shadow cast into the world by you, eating away at reality. A great unnatural territory. Its advent coincides with the arrival of the human mind. I don't have that kind of power. You are a violent and irrepressible miracle. The vacuum of cosmos and the stars burning in it are afraid of you. Given enough time, you would wipe us all out and replace us with nothing, just by accident. How? We suspect it will be something like the oxygen holocaust that wiped out anaerobic life 2.6 billion years ago, when organisms first started breathing, only much worse. Instead of air, you exhale thoughts. There are no trees that eat thoughts. Worse how? Everything your eyes touch go back to that behind the nerve mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here? Please don't blink. What if you misplace us all one day or just forget? I already forgot the whole world once when I drank too much. So it is already happening. Soon one of you will close your eyes and open them to see that none of this existed. Kim, am I having a violent epileptic seizure? Doesn't look like it. Okay, good, forget it. No, what's going on? I think I'm having a vision about the final fate of mankind. Okay, is this somehow related? Sort of? I have totally transcended the case. I have to say goodbye now. I have no more thoughts, that was all. No, there is one more. Of all the creatures I have met, you are the kindest. Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you. That woman, turn from the ruins. Turn and go forward. Do it for the working class. I'll try. She was middle class. It doesn't take 3 meters, 6 meters to tell you that. Okay, Kim. Take the picture. Okay. There is no change in the insect's motion while it remains while being aimed at by the camera. It remains fixated on you. In 3. If it moves, you jump back, I'll shoot. I don't know what unlocks it, but you can also ask it how it's feeling, and it will tell you that it's feeling as if it's fallen in love because of the pheromones. And you can also ask it what's wrong with one of its antennae, and it says, I accidentally grew a leg there during one of my parthenogenesis expressions. It was annoying. The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like the blade of a sword. The phasmid freezes in its bright light, head turned toward the lieutenant, hypnotized by the flash. I got it. Immortalized. We've got it. And just like that, it's gone, skating away across the sea calm's mirror like a skipping stone, leaving nothing but circles on the water. Ooh! A collection of little treasures. It can walk on water, apparently. What's that? What now? Our suspect is not looking good. We need to check on him. But first, the helmet of the armor and a T932 rifle scope, as well as Klosh's passport. Ta-da! This thing took it, because it just does that. Huh. Look at the photo. It's Klosh, alright. An old photo before life came and did what it does. What is this doing in the Phasmid's nest? Maybe our man Joss took it from Klosh's, or... I think the Phasmid took it. Like a magpie? Huh. Phasmid's curious, like an octopus. Maybe this is a real passport, not a fake, because this is her real name. No, she lied to us, so her real name was not her real name. Somehow she's managed to lie to us about that, too. So what's her real name, then? I don't know. Huh. Well, if no one else minds, I'm gonna dress like a fucking cop. Which of our shirts is a better cop shirt? I think this is a good cop shirt. And these are definitely more copish pants. Oh, but those sunglasses have got to go. Oh, nope. Gone. Out. Out. No gloves. Alright, man. How's it going over here, Mr. Dross?
What is it? What do you want from me? I can't go.
Sir, how could you not see the Phasmid? See. Oh, he's gone. What happened to this man? Old age and shock? I think it's the Phasmid. Yes. The arrest and the appearance of the Phasmid, the confined stress. No, we couldn't see it, Kim. It's just the reads for him. That could be part of the shock, but you're right. Maybe this is how the Phasmid stayed hidden for all these years. Then how did we see it? Yes, you forget it's there. Huh. It's definitely toxic. The Phasmid told me it is. Told you? It's been here a long time. Who knows how much of it, how long it's been in his company. I have absolutely forgotten to take notes. I hope I remember all this. This will be one hell of a report. Thank God we have that photo. Hang tight, Mr. Dross. Show him the ceramic helmet. Nothing. The passport. No reaction. Spirit. Detached scope. I lost. He lost the scope, then somehow made its way back here. Alright. Good luck, Mr. Dross. Hang tight. The air smells sweet and scary somehow. Yup, if we had caught that flower before it had blown off her balcony, things would be very different right now. We would understand why it is he killed the man. But I think it's safe to say that even though we didn't crack the case this time, we have successfully... We found the killer. We found our man. Maybe we don't know why he did it, but we know it had to be him. He's the only one with the... We've got weapon. We've got means. We've got something approaching a motive. You know, he did want to kill fascists. And we have opportunity. So, let's return to the mainland. And there's one final challenge to face. 2 men and a woman stand on the concrete square of the nameless village. It is morning again. It appears time works.
Look what the tide brought in. Harry, you're bleeding all over the place. You're half dead.
Whatever this is, it is completely unimportant compared to what you've just seen. This is the man with the sunglasses from the Whirling in Rags. Where is his sunglasses? Wait, you're the sunglasses
That's
guy.
right. And you're bleeding.
No one else seems bothered by the bleeding.
Bothered by it? Harry, you look like you need a fucking organ transplant.
If you have a bunch of fucked up clothes, he just says you look like shit.
Fuck it. Let's not get into that.
Who are you people?
Hello, I'm Trent Heidelstein. I believe we've met on several occasions.
I love Trent's voice so much.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean-Vic Mar, and this is your special task force, or what's left of it. Special consultant Trent Heidelstein, patrol officer Judith Minot.
Oh.
We have come to scrape what's left of you off the pavement.
Lieutenant Kim Kisuragi, Precinct 57. We've just come from the island where our investigation led us.
The scene is making even him feel as though he has to justify your actions.
We might need your help with something later.
As if he recalled that he's in fact a decorated police lieutenant, not a naughty boy. The two aren't mutually exclusive.
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
Letting the lieutenant know he shouldn't feel embarrassed over the shitstorm that's about to befall you. Okay, forget about this. There's a giant...
Not forgetting about anything.
Okay.
Look at you.
What do you want?
Harry, we want to help you. Trant, I believe this is where you come in.
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science. My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level. In fact, I should probably get going.
No, Trent, it's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
Shit kid? That's an interesting moniker. What's a shit kid? You, shit kid, that's you. Maybe you deserve that? How did you know I was here? The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went. Damn you, cafeteria manager! You betrayed me for the last time! Speaking of which, the giant aero graffito in front of the building, the one that's burning, did you do that? Yeah, lit it on fire. It was a poetic gesture. I knew it! Didn't I tell you, Trent? I told you it was our shit kid. The line is from Luzhitiam's Mirova 82, isn't it? About the girl-child communism, the titular returning character. The ghostly apparition of... Good choice, Harry. Don't encourage him, Trent. Okay. You aren't the man with sunglasses at all. You're not even blonde. Guilty as charged. I heard you'd lost your mind and your memory. I wanted to see if it was true. And it was. Good work, Harry. You're insane now. There's one less person for me and everyone else to rely on. He was too sarcastic for you to realize who he was. I mean, maybe if you hadn't been so sarcastic, I would have realized it was you. I'm clinically depressed, Harry. Sorry if I wasn't in a mood to butter you up after you told us to fuck off. Okay, I had that coming. Had what coming? Not recognizing people you work with every day? Brain damage? You never told me you're not the horse-faced woman. Lieutenant, my name is not the horse-faced woman, it's Judith Minot. I was assigned to your unit 2 months ago. I thought we were friends. We're still friends. I just have a stupid head. Okay, but because you're my commanding officer, I really want to respect you. I want us to have a normal relationship. That will never happen, Jude. He's the rudest man on earth. He is the reason why the rest of us have to take sensitivity training, and I hate sensitivity training. So Trent Hiddleston turns out to be Special Consultant Trent Hiddleston. Yes, I'm Trent Hiddleston. I never said I wasn't. Wait, what was up with the kid then? Mikhail? Mikhail's my son. Oh yeah? Where the fuck is your son now, Special Consultant? I sent him home. Mikhail is with his mother. We share custody. I told you he's one drink away from killing someone. I wouldn't quite say that, but yes, he's displaying aggression, not atypical of late-stage alcoholism. Okay, you're Trent Hiddleston, social consultant. I get it. Again, I was asked to share my take on some of the more fringe academic theories developed in Cunningston in the 30s. For example, partial psychotraumatic amnesia, group personality theory. You mentioned a task force? Yeah, Major Crimes Unit under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicmaire. Oh yeah, I get it. Major Crimes Unit. He doesn't remember. See, he really doesn't remember. It was a sick joke. At least that's good. Yeah, that's very good. Where have you all been? Where have we been? We've been fucking off as far as I remember. You told us to fuck off. You said we're cramping your style. You're the detective god. Fuck everything. All will burn. Detect or die. I said all those things? Well, I wouldn't say anything like that right now. Sure, you're not the superstar law official. Talk on the town is your Golem de Million reincarnate. I know this shit. Nothing has changed. None of this is ringing any bells. The bells aren't ringing because you have a brain damage, Trent. This is where you come in. How bad is it? Well, he doesn't have visible tremors. He talks without slurring, and he can drive a boat. He's standing and reasoning. All good signs, but complete retrograde amnesia, episodic and semantic. Meaning you both forgot who you are and the definition of money, isola, pale, and so on. As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but he makes air quotes, but also mine with him before, when Harry did not seem to know who I was, it's all very interesting. Interesting? Yes, interesting. I have theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you, neurologically, psychologically, and perhaps socioeconomically? Wait, socioeconomically? I'm so poor I lost my memory? Not when you phrase it like that, but I don't think critical theory. I know everyone thinks this is far-fetched, pink academia, but still, I don't think it should be off the table here. What, he lost his memory because of capitalism? No, not like that. I'm not talking Fridafort school here, but Harry, I asked you, what do you think happened? It might have something to do with an anomaly in the church, a 2mm hole in the world. Corresponding to the 20cm hole in your brain? Sure, this theory has great symmetry. Precisely, Satellite Officer Vickmeyer. It's Martinez. No, take this seriously. There's something here wrong with Martinez. This sounds odd, but the church on the coast was shaking from an audiospatial anomaly. It may have entrepreneuric or perhaps related to radio waves. Either way, it was real. I've even put it in my report. You should read it. I do not, however, think it has anything to do with drinking himself to the point of brain damage. Thank you, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Just to clarify, I do not think isolary entreprenetics are a hoax. Pale produces global phenomena. It's proven, however. What has not been proven is total memory loss after drinking too much Commodore Red. Honestly, I think he's just lying to us. But Detective Vickmeyer, he has blanked out before. Have? Yes, a couple of times. After some more serious benders. One was after the 2 drunks case. The one when we looked into the mural. So you don't remember not remembering. Beautiful. The 2 cases in your ledger, the unsolvable case and the New World mural, those were recent. Those cases were hard on you. Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea. Yes, practice. And then he used alcohol to get there, so to speak. What do you mean? Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explained, approached as a defect. Look at the sensory input here. Look at the ruins, the neon, listen to the radios, and the multitudes. The police live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he's like a magnetic reader on world tape. To borrow a known metaphor, Harry's been pushed flat against it. Total input. Hardwired to the free market. He just needed for it to end. Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in the major crimes unit? Is he a cretin now? I want to know. He's not a cretin. He is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective. Line detective is good for now. For now? I misphrased my question. It should have been, is he able to put his clothes on and use the potty, or do we need him to get him a disability pension? So what now? Now nothing. Now we're just going to stand here. Really? No, now we discussed that. What the fuck did you do to our motor carriage? It was stolen by Jacob Error. It wasn't me, it was stolen by traffic hooligans. Tequila Sunset. I also jumped the canal, by the way. Tequila Sunset jumped the canal. So funny, Harry. Thank you for fucking me. Thank you for destroying 45,000 real of police property that's coming out of my payslip. You know that, right? You're gonna get fired and I'm gonna pay until I die. Doesn't matter. Show me your badge. Oh yeah, this badge. In the rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic. Let it fall to the ground. He's found it. It's his badge. And your gun? What is it with all these material objects? My gun's right here. Whoa! You didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone. I quit drinking. Forever. It's only me in this boring hellhole now. I don't buy it. Why do you smell like a corpse then? He's wounded. It's been a long week and he handled an actual corpse. Yeah, I handled an actual corpse. I don't believe you. You're drunk. You let the suspect escape a certain clash because you were too drunk to assess her flight risk. We've read the reports, Harry. Lieutenant Kitsuragis, we know. Not taking her in was a vital thing to do. Was the right thing to do. She gave us a vital clue to let us to the island. Oh, well, if she was nice. I'm not even gonna go into the other suspect who escaped. Ruby something? Oh, the fact that you're ever Claire's little peon now, doing I don't know what for him. That's small-time stuff. That's nothing. That's a humorous little anecdote. Compared to the 6 people who are gunned down. He did everything we could. We did everything we could. The company hired unvetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them and the locals. He did us at considerable risk to his own life. He was shot and survived only because of his armor. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been. Yeah, the firefight is a trivial matter compared to the greatest discovery of the century. Wait, it's better if I... It's so much better if he does this. A million times better. You spent the week with him on the case. What is your take on the case? On Lieutenant Efraita Dubois. Well, the drinking, the gun losing, also losing the badge, that's all true. Although he has not been drinking on the job this week. 1 week. Then there's the superstar. He likes to from time to time allude to being a superstar law official. At first I thought it was a joke, but now I'm not so sure. He says disco about 20 times a day. It's worrying, especially considering his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a Mazovian socioeconomist. He wants to liquidate the ruling class, which, again, for a police officer, is a little odd. You should yell something. I am a policeman of the state to come! The RCM consists of a policeman of the state that is, so a little discrepancy there. Odder still, he is also an ultra-liberal hustler who is always on the grind. How he reconciles these 2 points of view, I do not know, but he is vocal about both of them. And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, and the constant smoking everywhere all the time. But despite all this, he's a great detective, one of the best I've seen, in fact. He can talk human beings into telling him everything, and he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped pursuing leads, however far-fetched and tangential. He's tireless, madly driven. Well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke, which, by the way, was a valiant effort. He really sang his heart out. Yeah, it is what it was. Other than that, one time he was tirelessly worked on a case and he solved it. We had a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator locked on the island right now awaiting transportation. He apprehended a straggler who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over these years. Oh, and also, he discovered a new species. A new species? A colossal stick insect. It was on the island, camouflaged as the reeds. It unfolded from the reeds. I think we may be dealing with the Insulindian phasmid. He takes out the photo of the phasmid and shows it to the officers across the yard. You hear gasps. As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate. So as you can see, I'm a pretty okay detective and an absolutely giant communist. fucking hell is that? Is this somehow connected to the case? Detective? Boom, boom, boom. Yes, I believe the pheromone it emits may be responsible for the killer's mental degradation. The old man was not aware of the phasmid's presence, exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia. He fell into a stupor after its appearance and became near catatonic. So, it is connected. I must say, this is absolutely extraordinary. I don't even have words for it. Yes, I really don't make it hard to fire the drunk. It really does make it hard to fire the drunk. This is a very, very sad man who has just seen something that's made him forget his sadness. Oh, also I started a nightclub in the church. What? Yeah, I reinvigorated the local nightlife. 4 kids were living in a tent on the ice. They were going to drown when it melted. It's not optimal, but the building was abandoned. It's not that okay. Get off the subject now. Also, the phasmid's female, and the reeds are its nest. Female? What makes you think so? You had to see it. It had the subdued colors of a female, and the nesting behavior too, I think. Incredible. Were there eggs in the nest? Not as far as I could see. There were other things there, though. It's interesting time. Forget about the nest. I think it reproduces by parthenogenesis. As in cloning? It told me. Interesting. Then it is especially vulnerable to disease. A single strain of bacteria could wipe out the entire species. We're probably talking conservation efforts here. I think it emits a chemical that makes it look even more like the reeds. That would make a pheromone, a pheromone that's seemingly beneficial to the host. It usually stimulates the affected nervous system, not a human's of course, but perhaps a predator's? Nothing is off the table, but I want to stress that this find does not have to be connected to the case. The case is 100% prosecutable without any pheromones. Of course, Lieutenant, of course. We should treat the case and the phasmid as completely separate from one another. It had mandible. It gathered other items. It was female. Mandibles. Incredible. The PR value of this is exceptional. Cop discovers new species. Discovers the Insulindian phasmid. No, that's too much. Absolutely, this is great. This does not say vigilante murderers to me at all. It says science news, human interest. You know, it's a really good thing you have that photo. Without it, you're doing good here. The killer, Liliana Joss, we have strong motive for him. A revolutionary matronym. Matronym? The custom started in Grod, where they have patronyms, Krasovich, Larsovich. The revolutionaries saw this as a chauvinist atavism, so they used matronyms, just deriving from their mother's names instead. Oh, so it is what a soldier of the RCM would be called. Thank you, Trent. Class warfare stuff, and it worked? You got a war going? Yes, until we stopped it. He saw the mercenary as an enemy combatant. There's plenty for prosecution to pick from as far as motive is concerned. But that's not true. We know it's true love that did him in. It's way more than that. It's more than that. It's a perfect folding mechanism, like the phasmid. Get yourself, Harry. I can still smell the booze on the wind. It will pass in time. I also found a missing person. I looked into the mystery of the doomed commercial area. There was a possible witness in there, and it was close to the crime scene. It was okay. And I confiscated drugs from Kuno's dad. Who is Kuno? You don't want to know. You're right, Lieutenant, I don't. So, what do you say? You want to take this hot shit back? I don't want to, but you discovered a new species and solved the murder, so I have to. Jude? Anything that ends the trial is okay with me. Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go. Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken in custody. Let's go. Wait. Who am I? No, who am I? Who are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry. What? Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher anymore, but before? It does explain a lot. Harry, it explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the bicep girth, your inexplicable facial hair, the collection of FALM sportswear of a mass, the fact that you don't seem to know what homosexuality is, and how you're able to perform a 360-degree spin kick. The raw, robust stamina output. Also, this guy, just like everything about this guy. Oh, Contact Mike. Contact Mike is a reprise of the most inspiring basic sporting principle of open competition. Oh, you don't say. Does he also vault an impossible gulf of finance and privilege? When was I a gym teacher? In your 20s or late 20s. You really let yourself go since then. Why did I join the RCM? The regular, you found some chick, she inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than that, all that. And that's why I didn't want to be a cop anymore. Because I was a cop because of her. I see it now. Oh, am I a dirty cop? Like, working for La Puta Madre? No. The suspects seem to think you're too unstable to work for a mob boss. You're suicidal, Harry. No mob boss would take you. I assure you, I wouldn't consult for a corrupt unit. You would immediately backpedal out of it. I told you, it's not that bad. Precinct 41, what kind of station is it? Us? We're the bloody murder station. Haven't you heard? We're the bad guys. No one likes us. That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You're just understaffed, and everyone respects the 41st. You have Captain Price. Thank you, Lieutenant. Torson and McLean. Mac the torso Torson and Chester McLean. They're not fit to run a wing, believe me. Things are shaky as it is. They are damn iconic, though. An iconic duo, I take it? Yeah, not like us two. Two clinically depressed old men. Where's the contrast here? We're garbage. And Price is... Tom Lee Price? He's the son of old Price, one of the founders of the RCM. He's one of the most highly regarded men on the force. You're lucky. Did we recently set up a church? So he remembers that. Yes, there have been a raid on some churches. It wasn't good press. Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be clear. So I work in the bloody murder station. Phasmid, I need to tell Lena about this ASAP. A cryptozoologist. She lives in Jamrock on Tabernacle Road. Fine, if we're gonna drop you off anyway. Watch out or she'll faint. Lieutenant Kitsuragi, what do you do now? Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen. It would have to be good to cover all this, and then I'll have a serious talk with my captain. About what? Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening in Revachol. I don't know what yet, but it's going to be hard to spring for the RCM. We need to be ready, infiltrate, investigate. Want to do it with Station 41? Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of two captains. No, I mean investigate. Come work in Precinct 41. Work with Price? I'm flattered, but I don't know if... Wouldn't fit in? I'm crazy enough? Can take the stress? He doesn't know how to finish the sentence. This truly came as a surprise to him. Not a bad one, but he's at a loss. Flattered? You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even consider. I would have to try things up with the GRAH, but I mean, whatever is coming, Jamrock will be more central to it than the harbor. We also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant. Piles that we need to get back to. I do like the sound of that. I'm ready. Why am I like this? Dora is why I'm like this. I'm ready. Fuck it, let's go. Trent brought this motor carriage. It's a 20-minute drive to Jamrock. Torson? Yes. McLean? Yes. Hiddleston? No. Viekmeyer? Yes. Dubois? Of course. Really? I hear he's in the stable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Harry's our man. He'll pull through. When he does, he'll understand with the people. Understood? Of course. Wonderful. And can we please just go back to Jamrock now? And that is Disco Elysium! So, yeah. It should come as no surprise that no matter what you do, things sort of shake out the same way. You know, you always have to go talk to Everett Clare. You do need to get your room at the Whirling in Rags. You do need to, like, figure out that Ruby is the culprit that you're looking for. You do need to track her down. You do need to realize that that's all a mistake. You do need to get into that fight. I don't know if it necessarily has to end in a shootout. You do need to get your ass kicked, and then you need to go to the island and find the last guy. And then you can talk to Mr. Dross, and then you do need to come back. Those are the fixed points. Everything between all those points, they can go in any direction. And depending on the combination, some wacky shit can happen. And you can figure out some things that you wouldn't be able to otherwise. Like, as far as I'm concerned... Hey, Mikey Wee Goodman! The spinal cord? What? I never spoke to the spinal cord. What the fuck? Egghead, Andre, and Everett Clare. Oh. Jaya St. Ruth. Nice work. Chicken Kitchen with Joyce and the pigs. Yowza. Johnny Hage, thank you for being Tiago. Maria Elena Carbonella. And Johnny Will Hassany as Piss. Felix Peterman as the Scab Leader, or Martinauer, and Rosemary. Huh. Wild. Pierre Marbochet as the racist lorry driver. Thank you so much, everyone. Not just the voice actors, everyone, obviously. But, right. So, in my mind, so like your first playthrough of the game is about solving the mystery, and then your second playthrough of the game is about solving more of the mystery, and like eventually your final playthrough, in my mind, means going through and solving all of the mysteries, like finding a way to do everything. Thank you, Ziggy the dog, for keeping everyone free of stress. So, hey, Chris Avalone, you son of a bitch. Thanks a bunch. I don't know if he did anything, but, you know, just him, his existence and his work is an inspiration. But, yeah, so, so in my mind, the ultimate goal of the game is to create a character build, ideas and abilities such that they are able to discover the whole of the crime. And how does that work? It's fucking hard. If I figure it out, I'll let you know. Mankind, be vigilant. We loved you. I mean, like, I still haven't figured out what the Pale is, really. Some sort of psychokinetic episode that drives people insane. And I still haven't succeeded on the logic roll to figure out what Suna's experiment was. So, I mean, there's still a lot of little mysteries here that still need to be solved. Oh. Hey. This is the, Is this the sniper's post? Oh my god, it's the view from the island. Where is... Oh, I wish I could zoom in. Oh, there's the apartment complex, Cindy's balcony. I should... Is that the balcony of the Whirling in Rags? Sorry, I'm totally No, that's the pawn shop. Oh, damn it. Anyway. Thank you so much for joining me on this gigantic fuck off Disco Elysium finale. I just had to do it all. I couldn't break this up into little pieces. It's not how this works. It's too much. You gotta, it's a giant shit sandwich and you gotta take a whole bite. But, yeah. Thanks so much for joining me. What am I gonna play next time? Fuck, man, I don't know. Disco Elysium was really conceptual, really powerful. I think I'll play something easy. Classic. Vintage, maybe. Yeah. Vintage. So thank you so much for joining me. If you liked what you saw, if you want to start a new adventure, hit subscribe. And if you think that what I do is really keen, you can send me a couple bucks monthly on Patreon. And I can use that money to do fantastic, amazing things like try to introduce you to shit like this. But until then, good night, everyone.